Welcome to the Quiz Master. This is our 20th final coaching session. Let secondary English major. I am your English major coach. I am Professor Paul Hiranio, a faculty member of the University of San Agustin, and I have been a lecturer for 10 years. So let's start. Question number 1. Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince is relatively A, short, B, long, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. Again, Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince is relatively A, short, B, long, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. What is the correct answer? Okay, the correct answer is letter A, short. Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince is relatively short. Sino po ba si Niccolo Machiavelli? I think his name was mentioned during the debate, right? During the presidential debate, when Professor Clarita Carlos asked then presidential candidate Bongbong Marcos if he was Machiavellian. And I think BBM said yes. So, sino po si Niccolo Machiavelli? He was a celebrated political scholar. Okay? Ano po ang nationality ni Niccolo Machiavelli? Taga saan po siya? Was he Spanish? Was he English? Was he Greek? Yes. Okay. Si Niccolo Machiavelli po ay isang Italian. Okay? He was Italian. And ano po ang masterpiece ni Niccolo Machiavelli? Okay, yes? John, ano po yung answer? Ano po ang masterpiece ni Niccolo Machiavelli? Yes, you are correct. The Prince. Okay? The Prince. And Jennifer, can you say something about Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince? Yes? Just type your answer in the chat box. Okay, yes. Ang The Prince ni Niccolo Machiavelli ay isang political treatise. Okay? And what does it contain? Okay? Mark, what does it contain? Yes, let me read your answer. Yes. Okay. It is an instruction. Okay? It is a guide for new princes and royals. Okay? So, ang sabi dito sa question, Niccolo Machiavelli's The Prince is relatively short. Okay? Medyo maikli po siya compared sa ibang masterpieces, no? Sa world literature. So the correct answer for number 1 is letter A, short. Now let's go to question number 2. Which of the following sentences does not apply to today's journalism? A, journalists have more career path options than ever before. The journalism industry is evolving as people get their news in new ways. B, journalists need a lot of money to set up a new news organization. C, creative ideas for journalism content and distribution systems are everywhere. D, all of these. E, none of these. Okay, I will give you time to give your answer, then we will analyze your answers. Okay, yes, Jennifer said letter A. Maria said letter B. John said letter A. Yes, the correct answer is letter B. Journalists need a lot of money to set up a new news organization. The question is, which of the following sentences does not apply to today's journalism? The answer is journalists need a lot of money to set up a new news organization. Okay? In today's world, hindi na po kailangan na sobrang malaking halaga for you to be able to set up a news organization. Okay? And what has made this possible? Social media. Yes. Social media has made this possible. Facebook page lang, pwede na, right? And um, setting up a Facebook page is even free, right? May mga news organization na ang presence nila ay nasa Facebook lang. So, journalist does not need a lot of money to set up a new news organization these days. Okay? Facebook lang, pwede na. Okay, number 3, ethical journalism stays the same regardless of the medium or form. Again, ethical journalism stays the same regardless of the medium or form. A, this statement is A, true, B, false, C, both A and B, D, neither A nor B. I will give you time to give your answer. Okay, let me check your answers. Yes, John said true. Okay, Mary said true as well. Jennifer, false. Okay, the correct answer is letter A, true. Ethical journalism stays the same regardless of the medium or form. This statement is true. Ethical journalism. What does it strive to ensure? Okay, ethical journalism strives to ensure free exchange of information that is accurate, fair, and thorough. Okay? That's ethical journalism. Ethics, right? Ethics, ethical journalism. When you say ethics, kung ano po ang tama at ano po ang mali. What is right and what is wrong? That is ethics. If you are an ethical journalist, anong meron ka? Okay? What does an ethical journalist possess? Okay? Ano yung honesty? Maybe? Fairness? Okay? The best answer is integrity. Okay? If you are an ethical journalist, you must possess integrity, right? At hindi nagbabago yun. No? It stays the same. Ethical journalism stays the same. Hindi nagbabago yun. Right? Kailanman ang dishonesty ay bad. No? Mali talaga. Okay? It doesn't change. Fake news is bad and it will always be bad. Hindi nagbabago yun. So ethical journalism stays the same. Now let's go to question number 4. In the Hebrew tradition, Hebrew, this is biblical literature, this is Hebrew or Jewish literature. Question number 4, in the Hebrew tradition, which is not a part of the Bible. A, prophets, B, Torah, C, apocrypha, D, writings. Again, in the Hebrew tradition, which is not a part of the Bible. A, prophets, B, Torah, C, apocrypha, D, writings. I will give you time to give your answer. Okay, Let me check your answers. John said prophets. Mary said apocrypha. Jennifer said apocrypha. And that is the correct answer. The correct answer is letter C, apocrypha, which in the Hebrew tradition, which is not a part of the Bible, the correct answer is letter C, apocrypha. Okay. Question. Ang apocrypha po ba ay isang libro lang? Okay? Yes, no. It is a collection of books. Apocrypha is a collection of books. Okay? Alam po ba natin kung sino ang sumulat nito? Okay? Who wrote Apocrypha? Yes. Its authorship is unknown. Hindi po natin alam kung sino ang sumulat ng Apocrypha. Yes, because, well, its authorship is unknown. Ang origin nito ay doubtful, right? Uncertain. Ang origin, saan ito nagmula? Sino ang sumulat, right? Hindi po siya parte ng Biblia. Okay? It is not part of the Hebrew Bible. In biblical literature, apocrypha are works outside an accepted canon of scripture. And sabi nila, hindi ito parte ng Biblia because its inspiration was not divine. Okay? Because we have learned that the inspiration, bakit nasulat ang Biblia, is divine, right? Or was divine. Now, let's go to question number 5. What punctuation mark separates an appositive from the word it modifies in a sentence? A, quotation mark. B, comma. C, question mark. D, hyphen. Okay, Jennifer said comma. John said comma. Mary said comma. Yes, that is the correct answer. Comma. What punctuation mark separates an appositive from the word it modifies in a sentence? The answer is comma. Okay? So, appositive. Ano po ba ang appositive? Okay? Saan ito makikita sa sentence? Okay? Ang appositive ay dapat ilagay malapit sa noun, right? And what does it do? It renames, okay, the noun beside it, okay? So we have here an example. John, a lawyer, did not agree. Your appositive phrase here is a lawyer, okay? A lawyer renames the noun John. So John is your noun and your appositive is a lawyer. And look at what separates John and a lawyer. A comma, right? So the correct answer there is comma. What separates a noun from its appositive? The answer is comma. Now let's go to question number 6. Experts in the field of communication believe that A, every definition of communication is partially right and partially wrong. B, there can be a lot of correct definitions for the term communication. C, each definition of communication allows us to see a situation in a slightly different perspective. And letter D, all of these. E, none of these. I will give you time to give your answer. Please type your answer in the chat box and we will analyze later. Okay, John said letter B. There can be a lot of correct definitions for the term communication. Mary said all of these. Okay, yes. James said all of these. Okay, the correct answer is letter D, all of these. Wait. The correct answer is letter D, all of these. Okay? Experts in the field of communication believe that, so all of these, A, every definition of communication is partially right and partially wrong. There can be a lot of correct definitions for the term communication. Each definition of communication allows us to see a situation in a slightly different perspectives. Okay, communication, the concept of communication is so vast na ang daming definitions, right? And depende kung sino ang nagbigay nito. So all of these, right? Now let's go to question number 7. This 19th century poet wrote the Song of Hiawatha. A. James Fenimore Cooper. B. Robert Frost. C. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. D. Walt Whitman. Who wrote the Song of Hiawatha? A. James Fenimore Cooper. B. Robert Frost. C. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. D. Walt Whitman. Okay, the correct answer is, I think all of you got the correct answer. The correct answer is letter C, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, the Song of Hiawatha. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Okay, Longfellow was a poet and educator. Okay, what was his nationality? Yes, John, yes, you are correct. Um, Longfellow was American. Yes. Now, Song of Hiawatha. Okay, yes, this is a poem, but what kind of poem? This is not this is not a ballad, this is not an elegy. What kind of poem is the Song of Hiawatha? Yeah. Okay, the correct answer is epic poem. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's The Song of Hiawatha is an epic poem. Okay? Anong year ito na-publish? Okay, it was published in 1855. Okay? Na-publish ito 1855. Okay, what does it feature? What does it feature? Native American characters. Sa pangalan pa lang, Hiawatha, the Song of Hiawatha. Native American na ang dating. No? The Song of Hiawatha features Native American characters. Now let's go to question number 8. Which of the following is not one of the topics in 21st century literature? A. Climate change. B. War on terrorism. C. COVID-19 pandemic. D. Chivalry. Again, which of the following is not one of the topics in 21st century literature? A. Climate change. B. War on terrorism. C. COVID-19 pandemic. D. Chivalry. What is the correct answer? Okay, the correct answer is letter D, chivalry. Which of the following is not one of the topics in 21st century literature? Chivalry, right? 21st century literature, ito yung literature natin ngayon, right? Ano ang mga topics na binibigyang buhay sa 21st century literature, no? Yung mga relevant things na nagaganap ngayon, for example, climate change, right? War on terrorism, and of course, COVID-19 pandemic, okay? Cover yan ng 21st century literature. So the correct answer here, not one of the topics in 21st century literature, 21st century literature, chivalry, right? Ang chivalry ay topic yan sa medieval literature. chivalry emerged during the medieval period. It's a code of conduct developed between 1170 and 1220. Hindi yan part ng 21st century literature topics. Okay? Medieval topic ang chivalry. Number 9. It blank my mother. A, it has been ages since I saw my mother. B, it was ages that I have not seen my mother. I'm sorry, typographical error. Just put E. There, have. Okay? Letter C, it was ages since I saw my mother. D, it is ages that I did not see my mother. What is the correct answer? John said letter A. Maria, letter A. Yes, the correct answer is letter A. It has been ages since I saw my mother. The correct answer is letter A. Question number 10. Danpat Rai Srivastava, a popular Indian writer, is also known as A. Sumitranandan Pant, B. Lakshmimat Besbarowa, C. Rabindranath Tagore, D. Premchand. Okay, what is the correct answer? John said letter D. Mary said letter D. James said letter C, Rabindranath Tagore. The correct answer is letter D, Premchand. Danpat Rai Srivastava, a popular Indian writer, is also known as Premchand. That is the correct answer. Ang daming lumabas dati sa LED na unfamiliar names mula India. Yes. Premchand here was his pen name. Premchand. Yung real name ng writer, si Danpat Rai Srivastava. This is Indian literature. And what was he famous for? He was famous for his modern Hindustani literature. You know, India is a big country. It is one of the biggest countries in the world in terms of population and also in terms of area, right? Saang part po ng India siya nagmula? New Delhi? Delhi is the capital. New Delhi is the capital. No, the correct answer is Varanasi. Premchand or Danpat Rai Srivastava was born in Varanasi, India. Varanasi is a city in the northern Indian state of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, I'm sure you are familiar with letter C, Rabindranath Tagore, right? Rabindranath Tagore is one of the most popular Indian writers. And siya po ang kauna-unahang Asyano na nagwagi ng Nobel Prize for Literature. Rabindranath Tagore was the first Asian to receive the Nobel Prize for Literature. Okay? So, how did you fare in this review quiz? Tell us your score in the comments section and share this quiz to others as well. Thanks for watching. Good day, everyone, and see you in our next session.